Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back to the Straight Path Podcast. Today I wanted to talk about something called the Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog. It is a website run by a brother by the name of Bashir Ahmad Shah. Bashir Ahmad Shah is a former Ahmadi who came to Islam a few years ago, but even before he came to Islam, he was very skeptical of the Ahmadiyya faith. He grew up in it. He grew up in a family of ardent Ahmadis, but he says he always felt somewhat skeptical of the faith. It was very cultish. But as he was leaving Ahmadiyya, he started compiling data against the very faith he grew up following. And as Bashir became a professor in accounting and other sciences of that area, Bashir continued his research and Bashir continued his work. And as he continued to compile data on his blog, Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog, it went from being lore to becoming a reality in the world of the Ahmadis. So I actually came upon a Reddit thread. It was on the Ahmadi side of Reddit, and one of the Ahmadis asked, why are people so taken aback by the Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog? I don't understand. I haven't been on it yet. And so one guy was like, hey, look, he just takes stuff from our books, he takes stuff from our websites, and he puts it on there and he writes against it. He exposes contradictions. And this was an Ahmadi writing this. And then it also had some other post in there, including a post by his brother Khurram, who is still an Ahmadi. It's really just a blog. He's writing about what he feels like is wrong with Ahmadiyya and whether they can acknowledge it or not. So there's 3 points for me of why this is such a big problem for the Ahmadis. First of all, the content. Bashir takes all the content from their own sources, from their own books, from their own websites, and from their own videos and exposes everything. So I think there's a problem that they have is with the content because it's coming from their own sources. Bashir isn't making anything up. The second thing is the author. They completely dislike Bashir because he is a former Ahmadi who is exposing all of the faults in Ahmadiyya. And they're having a hard time answering all of his questions. And this leads me to my third point. Why they hate the blog so much is because they have barely given any answers to most of his questions or most of his blog posts. There's a complete lack of answering those questions. A lot of young Ahmadis are becoming former Ahmadis. Either they're becoming atheist or some of them are coming to Islam. They have a lot of questions and they refuse to answer them. And Bashir has posted basically the mother load of questions for Ahmadiyya on there, and they're not answering them. So as young Ahmadis who are tech savvy are going on Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog, or anytime you Google anything related to Ahmadiyya, Ahmadiyya Fact Check Blog pops up in the top 5 results. So he's compiled a lot of data. It's really hard for them to contend against it. This is why they hate the blog so much. This is why they hate Bashir so much. And then also the fact that they lack answers to all of his questions in regards to why is the Ahmadi faith so faulty. So inshallah, we'll have more discussions on each of these points. We'll delve into a little bit more data about what content is on the Ahmadiyya Fact Check blog, who is the author, why is he putting in so much effort to bring out the reality of what Ahmadiyya is, and why are there such a lack of answers. So inshallah, we will continue discussion. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.